come to lies. Who you gonna call when you get on the line? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Yeah! GLOBEBUSTers! 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 If there ain't no curve, there ain't no ball. The globe religion's about to fall. We're gonna open your eyes so you can see who you gonna call if you wanna be free. GLOBEBUSTers! 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 Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Who you gonna call? Yeah! GLOBEBUSTers! GLOBEBUSTers! GLOBEBUSTers!
And welcome everybody to GLOBEBUSTers. We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
To get this done without having to cut it short. But yeah, my stomach's just acting a little funky this morning, so I apologize ahead, for the kind of lethargic way I'm acting this morning. But yeah, my stomach's just doing a little funky stuff. So oh, it was a wild week though. I can't believe I'm waiting for it to slow down. Like the number of people coming out and talking about this for like their first videos and this and that, it's hard to believe that it's growing so exponentially right now. I don't know if we've hit that 100th monkey, like some people are waiting for that whole idea that we're going to get to a certain point and then everything's just going to go crazy, right? And we might be seeing that. We really might. So to start off, I believe it was last Saturday, Space Audits, Alan, hangs out over at the Ether Cosmology, debated Astronomy Live, hosted by Red's Rhetoric. Yeah, but you can go watch it on Alan's channel. And Alan is great at this stuff. He's got such patience. He's really good at what he's doing as far as, going onto these platforms that are totally anti-flat Earth and just holding his own. But yeah, Alan is amazing. The work he's been doing needs to be shared more. He and Shane and all the group over there at Ether Cosmology are they're killing it. So let's there's something I wanted to do. Oh, I'm on GLOBEBUSTers. Okay. So the weekend update, we're not going to show us doing it live, but down here in the description, there is a list of content creators who put out a show at least one a week, if not more. And you can, I don't know why it's not letting me just click on them. I'm going to have to fix this because usually I could come in here and just click on these things and it would let me go right into the page. So yeah, but these are the actual names of the shows or the content creators. So if you just search these, you will find the channel. I added Ironwork 92,000 just recently. He's been doing a couple shows a week. But yeah, so if you're looking for shows throughout the week to kind of, hold you over, I think every day of the week is pretty much covered. So the very first video I found, besides that debate from last week, a person named the James A. Martinez channel. 824 subscribers, 1,000 videos, and it's definitely not, just flat Earth. The Clinton body count here, how to smoke a cigar. So definitely not a flat Earth channel. Coffee mugs for sale, women's fight clubs. Putting out a lot though. All this is from like the last month or two that we're looking at. But I don't see any other flat Earth videos in here. So again, this is somebody coming out and, I've been to Las Cruces, New Mexico. Second moon, watched before deleted. If you didn't know, they do already claim that the Earth has two moons. One of them comes and goes throughout the year, like we're on different, I don't even know how they explain it. It's like a weird orbit. I forget the name of it. But yeah, I'm not seeing any other flat Earth or anything in here. But last week, James came out and made his
What if everything you've been told
flat Earth video? And it looks like something that he may have shared. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. But yeah, we're going to play this. And I'm seeing a lot of these videos. I don't know if somebody's making them and then people are just downloading it and reposting them. But a lot of these, they sound like AI, but it's pro flat Earth stuff. It's wild.
about the earth is a lie? Let's uncover the biblical secrets. The Bible has been a source of wisdom for centuries, but could it also hold the key to one of the greatest mysteries of our time? Here are 10 reasons the Bible suggests the earth might be flat. First, Isaiah 40. 22 mentions he sits enthroned above the circle of the earth. A circle, not a sphere. Second, in Job 38:13, it says the earth takes shape like clay under a seal. Think flat and round like a coin. Third, Revelation 1:7 speaks of every eye seeing Jesus when he returns. How could that happen on a globe? Fourth, Daniel April 10th, 11 describes a tree so tall it was visible to the ends of the earth. Impossible on a sphere. And fifth, Matthew 4:8 mentions Satan showing Jesus all the kingdoms from a high mountain. Only possible on a flat plane. Curious yet? There's more. Stay tuned for the next 5 reasons that challenge everything you've ever known about our world. The truth is out there.
The truth is out there. So thank you, James A. Martinez, for putting out your first flat Earth video last week. We're going to give him a thank you for sharing. Remember, folks, it's a big step putting out your first video like this, just saying that you're questioning the shape of the earth is not easy to do publicly, right? Now, amongst your friends, it's different. You could have that conversation and they're the only ones that are going to know about it. But this is a little more out there, on social media. And it's a big first step. And we're seeing a lot of people that you'll even see some later on that they say, I've been looking into this for years and questioning this. But this is their first video they're making. Their very first one. Yeah, it's I can't even explain it, how big this explosion, the most recent, whatever you want to call it, is. Like, this is, I think, bigger than the BOB. It's just huge. Like, the amount of first timers we're seeing come out here and just give their first testimony. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Next up, we have Two Brothers' Opinions. Let's see. Flat Earth Theory. Technology Effects on Society. DEI Discrimination, Exclusion, Inequality. September 11th Airplane. The 9/11 attack. RFK assassination. JFK assassination. Conspiracy theories. So it seems like they're just giving their perspective on stuff. They started their channel about 3 months ago. Gave their story. School bus safety and Department of Education. The Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Misinformation and disinformation. Yeah, so they cover a wide variety of topics. Some of it's conspiracy stuff. They're covering government things, the Doge, agree or disagree, taxes, World War II story. But yeah, so this is their first Flat Earth video. And it sounds like, again, this isn't something they heard about yesterday and decided to make a picture in it. This is, you can tell that they've been looking into this for a while. So Two Brothers Opinions, only 24 subscribers over here. But we're going to give them a little listen. It's a 32-minute video. We're just going to give them a few minutes.
Channel Two Brothers Opinion. My name is Barry. This is my brother Mark.
Right. So today, we're going to hit a topic that you know more of, and I know zero of. But I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
And in the end, we're going to ask people to comment, and maybe they have information that I don't know.
Okay.
That they could also say, hey, check this out, because I haven't looked at it, and I know you have. So you want to tell them what it is?
Yeah, we're going to talk about flat Earth theory, and most people think the Earth's not flat.
Right.
I actually do.
Right. People think, you got a globe, you got pictures from outer space, you got pictures of other planets that are circular. So assuming that.
Correct.
Right. And that's okay.
Correct. Correct. So the reason why I believe the Earth is flat, see, I never did until I worked with a person. She's Mexican and Native American. And she really opened my eyes and told me to start watching this certain guy and watching these videos. And I started watching them. And it started making me think, just like the theory of gravity. What is gravity?
Right.
And how does it work? Well, most people think that if I take this phone and drop it, that is gravity. Well, I think it's air to weight density. This is heavier than the air. That's why it falls. Sir Isaac Newton, discoverer of gravity, was sitting below
an apple tree.
Yep. And an apple fell and hit him in the head. He said they figured it was gravity. How he came up with that, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the actual research or whatever he did. But I think the apple weighed more than the air, and it came down and hit him in the head.
Yeah, because people would say, well, if it wasn't for gravity, we would all float up into
off into space.
Right. Yeah. But we're heavier than.
Well, that's a good point. So you do know a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying.
What you brought up was very key factor. So everybody thinks that we're in the Milky Way, in the galaxy of the Milky Way, and Earth and all the other planets, and we are being pulled by the sun. We're on an axis, spinning at so many 1,000 miles an hour, being.
Okay, so they touch on gravity a little bit.
Horizontal horizon. It's not hooked up to any electronics.
Wasn't there something about they don't fly over the pole, North Pole?
They're touching on all kinds of things here. You could tell this guy's been.
That was really high.
Really looking into it.
Wambam, I forget his name.
Yeah.
They brought him up, I don't know how many miles. why did they use a fisheye lens when he opened up the door?
I
and
remember I
made
did a
it look
video
like
on
it's
that
curved?
way back when.
To 7,000 feet.
Sure.
And I remember driving up and in the news recently where they unearthed these giant skeletons. These people are like 18 feet tall.
Yeah.
How do you? I know. There's just so much stuff.
The
that-
Nephilim.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
look-
If you believe that story that they found out there in Iraq, Gilgamesh's tomb, and then somehow, like a few months later, we went to war in Iraq. Just all of a sudden, like boots on the ground. There was no like, well, we need to get Kuwait and Iraq together in a room and sit them down and let's have a talk. And said, no. We went boots on the ground, boom, right to their museum. I'm just saying, it's kind of a weird coincidence. But yeah, supposedly, not, these are all stories, right? I didn't see it. Don't know the people who claim to have seen it. Don't know them from Adam. Not believing any of it. But what they claim they saw was an 18-foot tall being, skin still intact, just looked like he was sleeping, allegedly, not like a mummy or something like that. And it was 18 feet tall, an 18-foot tall being, which, I never realized when they said giants, like a 9-foot giant. We have 6-footers, 7-footers, some people close to 8. But you don't really realize how big somebody is that's just like 6'6". How tall that actually is, or like a 7-footer. I've only seen one 7-footer in my life, and they're huge. They're like enormous. It's hard to even fathom. Their head is 1 foot away from the ceiling. In most rooms, it's. So a 9-footer, you think about that. Oh, it's only 2 more feet. Yeah, but now they're like way ducked down in an 8-foot room. It's just now 18 feet. To think of that is just unfathomable for me. To picture a human being that tall, like how big would they be if they were standing there next to you? I can't even, it doesn't register. It's just, yeah. So interesting conversation these two gentlemen had, but their first, right? Their very first flat earth video. Two brothers' opinions. They seem like pretty, like down to earth guys. They do. Somebody I could sit down and have a cool conversation with. They seem open and honest, and again, don't know them from Adam. Could be a couple nutters. I don't know. But no, the conversation was great. And yeah, go check. Oh, I need to drop the links in the chat for everybody. Sorry about that. I'll drop that in there for you. But again, if you just go look up Two Brothers Opinions, the number 2, space brothers, space opinions, you should find them. So thank you, gentlemen. Great conversation. Thank you for, having the nerve and the gall to upload this video. I mean, having the conversation is one thing, like we say. Tallest man currently is 8 foot 2 inches. Jeez, oh Pete. I mean, seeing a 7-footer shocked me, right? The difference between 6'6" and 7 feet when you're sitting there looking at a human, I mean, it's only 6 inches, right? But when you see it and then like everything proportionally kind of gets bigger. It's 8 foot 2. Wow. That's wild. But yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Taking that first step. Much appreciated. Remember, if you guys got some time and whatnot, go and give them a thumbs up and give them a, it'll convince them to keep having the conversation, to talk about it more. Give them a comment. Hey, just thanks. Great conversation. Something like that. It's, yeah, it really does help. As somebody who's been there, just starting out and, putting out videos, only getting, 30 something views. But I would get, 5 or 6 comments from people saying, hey, this is really interesting. I'd like to see more. And it made me want to go out and do it more. So yeah, they need support is what I'm saying. Especially these smaller channels. Let's give them some love. Does the Quran say the earth is flat? Mufti Yasir Nadim al-Wahidi responds, Path of Peace. I love the title name. Some debates. Prophets are still coming. In a question, are the prophets still coming? Debates. So it looks like it's mostly debates about religion. I'm not seeing anything evolution here. Who wrote the Quran? Tough questions from atheist. Is the universe contingent? So yeah, I don't see anything about the flat earth at all. And 5 days ago, they put out their very first video. So we are going to check it out.
तो फ्लैट अर्थ के बारे में जो बात है, तो आपने कहा कि फ्लैट अर्थ का तो कुरान में कहीं जिक्र नहीं मिलता, बट ये जरूर मिलता है कि सूर्य रहमान.
Here, we're going to mute it because I can't understand a word they're saying there. So this shows that whatever this world says has happened. Yes. So this world is round or it is not flat. Found 2 problems in this. First is that if we consider the world as a ball, then we are living on the ball, not staying inside. And since the world is a 3D thing, the diameter will count from its center to the top. So we are already sitting up there. If you say beyond this world, then it will become a diameter of space. So it's space and this entire universe. Yeah, interesting conversation though. It's only a few minutes. It's just going by kind of quick. I'd have to watch it a little bit slower. But yeah, the conversations are being had one way or another, right? Now, I'm not going to be promoting specific, like the anti-flat earthers that have been doing this for years and years and years and years and years. But when I find stuff like this and they're just having an open and honest conversation with somebody about the shape of the earth, and they don't really, even if they don't believe that the earth is flat, they're still willing to take, the time to have the conversation, and they seem genuine about it. I'll share that kind of stuff. Even if they don't believe the earth is flat, it's like the Owen Benjamin awakening, watching it happen again. Remember, we saw him, he was totally against flat earth, thought it was the most stupid thing he had ever heard of, and just wanted help, and live streamed himself researching the globe. How do I prove the globe? And had a meltdown because he couldn't. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of those. If you look deep enough, and you'll see people talking against it at first and trying to debunk it, and then they start really being honest and being like, hey, I can't do this. So let's see. This is the Deep Dive Podcast. It says we investigate everything, and they're talking about the flat earth proof flashcards that came out on the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac clock app. Just go to Flat Earth Dave to find it. And he's put so much work into this. It's been years and years and years in the making. He just keeps adding new things. It was something that he started himself. He made for himself, right? So he could show people what he was talking about, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? And he wanted a place where he could store all his videos and this and that and all that kind of stuff that he would share to people when he was, trying to explain the idea of flat Earth. And so many people said, "Hey, I want that. How do I get it?" Like a lot of people. And that's when he started the whole idea of turning it into an app and all that kind of stuff. But he's added, it's just been, getting better and better and more extensive. Yeah, it's a great tool for a flat earther to help point people in directions. All those videos that you can't find on YouTube because they're shadow banned, you have to go through 10 pages of globe troll nonsense before you actually find the video you're looking for. Well, they're all just right there. It does. It makes it so much easier. New video every day, longer one on the weekend. Yeah. Yeah, he's really good at finding this stuff and getting it out there. So yeah, that was the Deep Dive podcast, and I don't believe, yeah, NASA whistleblower they just had on. I didn't even see that one. Our satellite's real. They must have had Dave on. Did they? We investigate everything. Roseanne Barr, Flat Earth. Maybe they were just Flat Earth Fridays, Aries failure. Wow, so they've been going. See, I haven't seen any of these. And like I said, I checked this stuff before I started doing this. It was almost daily. I would check Flat Earth Today, at least once a day. Investigating Owen Benjamin 7 months ago. So they started 8 months ago. And they started off with Crow 777. Then David Avocado Wolf, very cool guy. I got to meet him. And then the Deep Dive podcast, Flat Earth. So I think these are just shorts that kind of talk about, wow, Space Busters, Force the Line. Yeah, I would say that these people are flat earthers.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. So
We'll
this
go ahead
time
and play
you
it.
flagged something, well, pretty interesting. A new tactic maybe for spreading ideas in the flat Earth community.
That's right. It ties into this interest you have in how information, maybe even, unconventional information gets shared quickly.
Exactly. And the source, it's a YouTube transcript talking about an update to the Flat Earth Clock app.
Yeah, a significant one. They've added something called flat earth proof flashcards.
Flashcards, how many?
Over 200 of them. And the stated goal, according to the source, is really to boost people's flat earth knowledge.
Okay, 200 proof on flashcards. So functionally, what does that mean inside the app? What do you do?
Well, the basics are simple. You can swipe through them one after the other.
Sequentially.
Right. Or there's a shuffle option. So you can just get them in.
So cool, like a cool game you can play. I will drop this in here. You can go find, oop, I gotta drop, that was probably the last one. I apologize. Yeah, I'm just not feeling the greatest today, folks. My stomach. The plain truth. Dating stream and other Smurfy things like science. So Travis is back. He started live streaming this week again. It's been a minute. He's taken a break. 9 months ago, and then 5 days ago, 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago. May have taken a break yesterday. But yeah, really open guy, really honest. If you want to go have a conversation with him, he'll invite you on and you guys can hash it out. He just loves talking about mostly the horizon. He has hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of video footage of watching over water and seeing how it's affecting your vision, if not thousands. Travis has put in a lot of effort and time gathering all this data to then go through. I mean, it's a lifetime of data to actually go through and really scrutinize and observe. Yeah, but yeah, Travis is back. like I said, if you haven't been around the last 9 months, you haven't seen any of his live streams. So yeah, go check it out. And drop him a comment and a thumb. Travis he's put in the time, man. He has. So many observations. Okay, does the Bible teach flat earth? Deconstructing Christianity. 25K subscribers, over 4,000 videos. Is Enki the devil or God? How accurate a Roman historian on Christianity? So, mostly Bible stuff, right? Definitely not just flat earth. I'm not seeing any other flat earth anything yet. It's got 4,000 videos 3 months ago. Yeah, I'm a copy Egyptian pyramid text. Sumerian creation versus biblical creation. Okay.
Told me that the Earth is
Not a flat earth channel.
flat.
Okay.
Anybody who heard that might think, oh, this guy, this one, this guy's gone. No,
People, no, that's fairly common knowledge, really.
So from where? Give me some proof. Give me some.
No, do you use TikTok?
I use TikTok.
Okay, guys.
I see people say this, but I always, when I see people say it, like there's some people, I respect other things they say, but when I see that, I'm always like, okay, this territory is, forbidden territory. Let me just move away from this. But since you've mentioned it, I want to know. I want to know.
So, well, basically, it's not anything that complex. I just follow the scriptures, really. Scripture describes it as flat.
Where?
Really. Where does it describe it as round? I just flipped that over. So it says the earth, it talks about the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
You can't have an end if it's
round shape.
Yeah. So it's more like maybe the base of this mic, something like that. That's what. And it says the face of the earth. You see? So like your face is there's this model of so something like this. It's a face. It's more like, and it's got a firmament dome, by the way. You see?
Okay, so you're saying it's not like a ball?
No, it's more like a semicircle, as it were. Hemisphere, rather.
So like
hemisphere, like this plate of fruit.
Okay.
Hemisphere, like that. Like someone's face halfway, and this is called.
So flat but round on the side.
Yes, like flat. This, yes. So rotation of the
This
earth.
I don't seem to be
the
buying
sun
it.
can move. Yeah. What else? Landing on the moon. Come on, that's the joke.
Oh, that
that's
one
a
got
Hollywood
him.
movie.
But if the earth
You
is
see his
flat,
face
how
right
come no
there?
one?
No, the sun can move.
The sun
Yeah.
can move.
What else? Landing on the moon. Come on, that's the joke. That's a Hollywood movie.
But if
You don't
the
believe
earth
that
is
either.
flat, how come no one has fallen off the side?
No, there's a dome covering it, the way the scriptures describe it. It's in the book of Enoch. There's a dome covering it.
I am not trying to get into a flat earth debate, but I have one, maybe two questions, but one definite question and let me be specific for the group. The people who are flat earthers because the Bible says so. Now, the first thing that you have to establish is that this young lady asked this man for proof. She said that the earth is flat. She asked for proof. He never gave her proof. He gave her the Bible, because the Bible says things like in Job how it is that God set the earth upon his pillars, and how when Jesus was taken to the top of the mountain and the devil supposedly showed him all the kingdoms of the land, and he was able to see all the kingdoms. The earth would have to be flat in order for that to happen, or at least some type of bowl shape.
So he's
And of course, you have those
for sure.
in Genesis where it talks about the firmament and the above and below, and the waters that are above and the waters that are below, and so on and so forth. But I have a couple questions for people who believe in the Bible. and they believe the Earth is flat because of what the Bible says.
He starts talking about asteroids.
And I guess some of the regular flat earthers can answer this question as well. According to the book of Revelations, there is in one of the plagues, one of the things that's supposed to tell you that it's the end times, there's supposed to be an asteroid that will fall from the sky. It's called wormwood. And it's going to fall from the sky and poof, destroy and poison all the fresh water.
Now, does it say that it's going to hit the ground, though? Or does it say it's just going to pass over? I'm not the Bible expert at all. I know it talks about wormwood in Revelation. And it also says that all the stars are going to come down and fall from the sky as well. How does that work on a heliocentric model, right? But I'm not sure if it talks about wormwood being an asteroid that hits the ground. I don't know. If anybody out there knows, maybe drop it in the comments or something.
Water on the planet. So are you telling me as a flat earther that the asteroid belt is inside this dome?
No, what asteroid belt? What are you talking about now?
That's question number one. The asteroid belt is inside the dome.
I've never
You see,
seen
I think
the
there's a
asteroid.
difference,
See, I've never
So if
seen
you're a flat
the
earther
asteroid
based
belt.
on the Bible, then you believe that all the stars and all the heavens and everything, all the whole solar system, is all inside this dome.
Mhm.
There's nothing outside the dome except water. Water, just water outside the dome. If you believe it.
Yeah, but we don't claim to know how big this dome is and what those luminaries above even are. I mean, there are people out there that do claim, but I don't claim to know. I don't claim to know anything about what is going on up overhead. I really don't. But when you read the way things are phrased in the Bible, it says that the earth is still and all the lights ahead are moving around the top of us. That's what it says in that book. Yeah, exactly. Genesis is definitely 100% flat earth cosmology. It just is. Which correlates with Egyptian cosmology, Babylonian cosmology, Norse cosmology, Incan. You could just, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. For the ancients, what they believed this place was, right? Flat with like a dome shape over the top. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Based on the Bible, like this gentleman. Now, if you are a flat earther and you do not believe that
Yeah, nowhere does it talk about an asteroid belt in the Bible. See, that's the part. You can't mix scientism religion into your biblical religion. You can't say, well, we know this stuff's up there because we were told, right? And they show us pretty pictures of these things and yada, yada, yada. And then add that to the Bible. You don't add to the Bible. You don't take anything away from it either, but you definitely don't add to it. That's a big part of it. So the idea that there's an asteroid belt, yada, 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 that's not in there, written in there at all. They don't call wormwood an asteroid. The word asteroid is not in the Bible, right? So you can't mix the New Age religion in with biblical cosmology. It just doesn't work. You're going to start scratching your head. Well, how does this work then?
the asteroid belt is outside the dome, that Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto and like Halley's Comet and all those things are not outside those things are outside the dome. But you believe in the Bible, how's the asteroid gonna get in? But if you don't believe in the Bible, and we've been hit by asteroids before, meteorites happen all the time. How do they get in? How do the Pleiades happen every year?
Okay, I've never seen a meteorite. I'm just saying. They happen all the time. I know we're told they happen all the time. I know we're told that these things, I mean, I'm not saying things aren't falling out of the sky, but are they coming from, you know, deep space or this or that? Or I don't know what they are. But to say they happen all the time, I don't think I've ever met someone who said that they've seen a meteor. I'm just saying.
And
He's
flat Earth.
he's
It says that the stars, well, you believe that the stars are inside the dome, so that's how that will work. So do you believe?
He's going through it right now. He's trying to, you know, it's not easy. It really isn't. But I love the idea that he's having the conversation. And that was his first flat Earth anything. 25K subs. I'll give him a thumb. You know, he's questioning it. He's definitely, it seems like he's still on the heliocentric side. People have been talking to him about it, and he's working through it right now. So props to you, man. We're going to give him a thank you for sharing your thoughts. And I'm much appreciated. Yeah, it's the conversations are happening everywhere. Yeah, Kevin Moyer says, you know, a giant crater in the ground with no meteor to be found, a sinkhole. Yeah, I mean, when gas comes up and does one of those things, it leaves like a crater. There could be all kinds of reasons why those things happen. It doesn't have to be from a giant, he said asteroids hit. Oh my goodness. That's all right. He's working through it. This was a long one. The global Earth, flat or round. Basic truth revealed. Let's see. Going back to basics. Spiritual warfare, spiritual and physical truth. 1 year ago, 1 year ago, 1 year ago. Not seeing anything flat Earth in here at all. Big Bang Science, revealed God is Holy Spirit. Nope. So started their channel 4 years ago. Hasn't made a video in about a year, but has been doing live streams. And seems like they're pretty active on their live streams. And really hasn't been talking of about flat Earth. All that you don't see I don't see any flat Earth down here. At least within the last month. No, at least not in the titles at all or anything. But what was it? Right here. 4 days ago. Gave her testimony. Now we're going to skip ahead, and I'm just going to.
What is everybody talking about? Why is everybody so quiet? What does everybody want to talk about?
There must be, yeah, there's people in there with her.
About onto the north. It whirleth, it spins around about continually. And the wind returns again according to what? The circuits, the compass. Notice every place has winds at some point. How many people think that the earth is spinning? You're going to find out that it's not right here. We are not spinning. The earth does not spin at all. You're going to read it right here. Fear before him. We're in First Chronicles 16:30. Fear before him all the earth. The world also shall be stable, that it be not moved. You're not going to be able to move the earth. It's stable. Unless he shakes it and causes earthquakes, you know what? We're not rolling. We're not going through the galaxy at 660,000 miles an hour in a corkscrew. The sun, moon, and stars are still in the same place. All the zodiac signs where but following each other. Okay, 23. It goes out towards the north.
So yeah, going at it from a scriptural point of view. It seems strictly scriptural. It's really hitting the religious circles right now. I'm seeing it's, we've already seen it in Christianity a couple times here. It's being studied in, if you guys didn't see it, Austin and Dave did a great conversation with some rabbis. So I mean, it's happening, and they are flat earthers. This one rabbi was just laying it out like, yeah, if you want to go from what Torah says, it's a flat earth. So in all religious, there's a lot of them. The titles are in different languages and this and that, and it'll just have flat earth in English. And there's just so many of them. I couldn't share them with you all. There's just so many of these things. But yeah, it's like I said, there's the music, there's the religious side of it. Athletes are coming out talking about it openly now. It's in the culture. They could turn off the internet right now, and this is not going away. It's only going to continue to keep growing. Now, yes, we're going to see people that make claims that they don't know, right? And that's their right. I'm sorry, it is. It's hard to say that they're wrong without actually knowing, so maybe they are right about what the sun and moon and stars and things like that are doing or what they could be. I can't say one way or another what they are. I really don't know. But the conversations are being had. And there's so many people, that are now willing. It seems like at least 100th monkey of, what would you want to call it? I don't even know. Courage. 100th monkey of courage. Okay. There's been enough people that have come out and made videos and talked about it and this and that, and you're seeing it everywhere, that people are now getting up that courage to do it themselves. Maybe we're not at the 100th monkey of, okay, now things really need to switch and they need to start educating, curriculum needs to change and this and that. We're definitely not there yet. But it's happening. Like, the discussions are happening everywhere, and there's more and more people coming out saying that, yeah, the earth is flat. All right, so this is David Stanley talking about an experiment. Evening of Sunset, Part 2, Flat Earth Globe Experiment update. Yesterday, I found this one 2 days ago. And before this, at least the videos he's making, doesn't look like any of them have to do with flat Earth. A lot of them out on the water. But you're not seeing, flat Earth in the title or anything like that. It's not questioning the shape of the Earth or, very interested in the sun and moon, it seems. I remember those days where I couldn't get enough of the sun and the moon and just taking pictures and recording it and trying to gather what it was, doing time lapses. And then like really crunching into the data is what really broke the globe for me. Like I did 8 months of testing to see whether or not the U.S. Naval Observatory was accurate information. So yeah, I'm not seeing any flat Earth anything in here. And after 8 months of them being, the sun being exactly where they said it was going to be, day after day after day, they were at 2 times where it was off 2 degrees from my point of view. But I do it 3 times a day, take these measurements, and it was only one part of the day. So I don't know what it was, what I was seeing. But yeah, the sun is, when you used to go to the U.S. Naval Observatory, you could get a big, long list of every single minute where the sun was going to be. The altitude, the azimuth, and then your time of day. And I have it somewhere around here, all listed out. Yeah, it's right here. This was from my house, 41 degrees north. I can't show you all of it, but so I have the altitude, the azimuth, the date, and then the time. The time was always as close to noon or solar noon, 180 degrees south of me. And then I would mark the time and this and that. And the sun, the amount it moves up and down changes dramatically. The speed at which it's moving changes throughout the year multiple times. There's so many things that the globe model just doesn't really account for. It's weird, right? Like it doesn't all add up like they want it to. And they just kind of ignore those points. But he was talking about an experiment. Looks like he interviewed Martk Sargent 7 months ago. Talked to Duffy 10 months ago. Solar eclipse. Yeah, he's a sky watcher. He's got Ken Wheeler down here talking about magnetism. Oh, what is this? The playlist here. How Egyptians proved Earth is a globe. World flat Earth. Secret sacred laws of the luminaries. Venus in the firmament. But yeah, just cover an idea on how to do a flat Earth test. Use flat Earth or globe Earth.
How I became a glober, not a glober, a flat earther.
Well, there you go.
Happened in 2021, and I had a eureka moment, based really on esoteric information I received in the 1980s that the sun was cool and the moon was a plasma, and the craters on the moon were plasma bubbles, and there was no suggestion.
Oh,
that
there's
it was
RBB
flat.
down there.
And I hadn't really heard of that until 2015 and 2016, when I was investigating in the university with a university professor, different cults around the world, and is the Illuminati real? Yes, we were investigating this together.
Wow. So he's been looking into stuff for quite a while. I should have known. He's got the AE map right over his head up here. But yeah, channel I'd never heard of before. Interviewed Mark, but a lot of people have interviewed Mark. But yeah, most of his videos didn't look like they were flat Earth type videos. Looks like he's looking at the sky and stuff like that and talking about conjunctions and waterfronts and taking a lot of pictures of the sun and moon. But yeah, another person who came out and gave their testimony.
Today's
Like I said, folks, it's crazy. The amount of people that are coming out is just insane. Okay, we're going to move through these a little quicker. God's biblical earth is not a sphere, flat out truth. Marco Moses. Earth is a sphere plus other topics. It is not a sphere, flat out truth. Vatican, NASA, and the Jesuit connection. Putting out a lot of flat earth stuff, it looks like. Okay. Yeah. 4 years. Well, he's been at it a while. There's, oh, that was the one Cammy and I did for, what was that, Dallas, 2019? Well, thank you for sharing that, Marco. Seems to put out a lot of flat earth content.
Good morning, everyone. What we're going to be discussing in today's video is the ancient Hebrew conception of the universe. And I'm not going to make a long, drawn-out video about this because it's really, really simple. And I've done videos before showing you every scripture in the Bible that describes a flat earth. But today, there's one scripture that I haven't really used that much. I used this scripture one time, and it was in a video that I did probably about 7 or 8 years ago that some of you might remember, called Meteor Craters and the Flood. And the scripture that I referred to in that video comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 11, which reads, "In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened." And I went on to show you how the fountains of the great deep broken up meant the water underneath the earth burst upward. And that was not just something that I was assuming. If you look at other translated Bibles, it will tell you exactly what I just told you. As you can see here, in the New International Version, in the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the second month, on that day all the springs of the great deep burst forth. Okay, now let's go down here and look at the New Living Translation. When Noah was 600 years old on the 17th day of the second month, all the underground waters erupted from the earth. Now, like I said, that's in an older video that I made proving that meteor craters were the giant geysers that God opened up and flooded the earth with. I'll leave the link in the description or in the comments if you want to watch that video. But as for this video, we are going to be discussing the end of the verse and what it means, because God explains that.
Okay, bring up the next verse.
At the waters from the.
Talking about the firmament. So yeah, more biblical. Like I said, it's exploding. So much so that Banjo started that sermons, Flat Earth Sermons channel. It's a channel just dedicated to, people speaking, giving their sermons about flat Earth. There's that many out there now. So here is a song I just found today. I think this is from 18 hours ago. Kingdom Piratus. Flat like that, 17 hours ago. Before I die, unite. How many videos? 8 videos. My Savior's Love. So they got 2 flat Earth videos that they put out. within the last day. Flat Like That and Endless Plane. So we are going to listen. Which ones? Whoever puts it in chat first. I had Endless Plane pulled up, but we could listen to Flat Like That if you'd rather listen to that. Don't know what Flat Like That sounds like. And I forget. I haven't been feeling all that great this morning, so. And I just heard a little bit of it, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. We'll drop that in here. Going once, going twice, Endless Plane, Flat Like That. We will do. We'll just do the one that I picked then. The one I found first.
You ready for truth? Time to awaken. Far as the eye can stretch and roam, the earth lays flat, this world my home. No curve to rise, no crest above, a solemn plain made with love. Be careful, waking up, step by step, on endless plains where dreams are kept. Leave the fantasy behind, there's truth to find. Think about the horizon in your mind. Water lies flat over the oceans wide, not curving over, no secrets to hide. Breathing pressure density keeps you low. Under a canvas stretch, the stars show. Be careful, wake it up, step by step, on endless plains where dreams are kept. Leave the fancy behind, there's truth to find. Think about the horizon in your mind. What lies beyond the vast expanse? Haven't been there, that's my stance. The stars above, they prove it too. Silent witnesses to the truth. So lay me down on this endless plain, where sky meets the land and truth remains. Oh, lay me down on this endless plain, where sky meets the land and truth remains.
Kind of reminds me of video game, like Super Nintendo. Oh, all the RPG games. I used to play Chrono Trigger and stuff like that. Wow. That kind of took me back. Yeah, Kingdom Piratus. Let's see. Videos about share channel report user. Sleep No More Records. Links in here. Yeah, I think I'll drop it again to their main page. Yeah, the AI music that was a lot more realistic sounding than some of them that I've heard. I almost want to listen to that one too now. But yeah, if you'd like to go check it out, last two songs were Flat Earth. Unite, Before I Die. It seems like upbeat, you know, type of music. It doesn't seem like a lot of doom and despair type of music. Yeah, not too bad. Sleep No More. They're going through their awakening. Flat Earther versus Physicist. The Way of Will John. He had Dave and a PhD physicist, I believe. Let's see if it mentions it in here. Yeah, Dr. Matthew Jelevic, highly accomplished professional with extensive experience in professional engineering, management scientist, expert in the field of leadership, cross-cultural management, organizational theory, and behavior. Management consulting work. He has a diverse background in various industries and holds multiple qualifications. And this guy was probably the most open and honest PhD I've ever seen Dave talk to. Like, he was enthralled with the conversation. It's a really good one. If you haven't seen it, you know, it's 2.5 hours long, but you could tell the guy's smart. He knows, you know, he memorized all the equations. He got all the best grades that you can get, all that kind of stuff. This guy right here. But he's very like if that's yeah, look, you saw him like this quite a bit. Like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, this was an awesome conversation with a PhD that went really well. Like, not saying he's a flat earther, but he's still thinking about this. I'm not sure when was this. See, he showed it as a premiere, I believe. So I'm not sure exactly when it was recorded. Premiered May 23rd, 2025. But yeah, really good, really great interview. The Will of John, let's see. No way, was that him? Okay, I saw this guy when Don Lemon tried to interview him. And he's like, we don't trust you people anymore. We're the news now. Flat Earth Dave, lost knowledge. They said it causes cancer. Mysterious drones. Yeah, definitely not just like a flat Earth type of channel. Talks Stargate program. All kinds of stuff, right? Tibetan monk reveals how to live life on the fullest. Don Lemon exposed. Yeah, I'm sure he got some. There's old. What if he's right about the, you know, the lizard people and stuff, like all that stuff he was saying? Okay, so this guy's been at it for a while, a long time. But yeah, this probably the best. I wouldn't even call it so much a debate. It was just a really good conversation.
Got a north south, so you.
And this guy was, he's very knowledgeable too. This gentleman, I'm not sure who that gentleman was. But yeah, it went really well. And there's the look on his face near the end. He's just like, huh. So yeah, great one. Did I drop that in chat? Yeah. No problem, Randy. You know, working on the car, doing some yard work, and you got some earphones It's a great listen. You don't even need to see, most of the pictures or anything like that because they explain all of it so well. But yeah, really smart guy. He seemed like he knew his physics. I'll give him that. Like as far as mainstream physics goes, he understood when Dave would say, "Well, this kind of doesn't make sense," and he'd be like, that doesn't make sense." It was just shocking. It really was. It was just shocking seeing how open and honest this guy was. So yeah, go check it out. It's a great one. Biblical cosmology. What's the truth? Ancient echoes. This is a long one. Nimrod, the first king, Battle of the Giants, Satan's little season, Christian conspiracy, Genesis G. He did this one day ago. Let's see here. First month of Donald Trump. Am I seeing any flat earth anything here? 9 months ago, history and legends. Abraham, Babel, Tower of Nimrod, Tartaria, the flood. So yeah, I'm not really seeing. It started about a year ago, well, last year sometime. Hollow Earth, they've looked into. I saw a really neat thing about a tribe from like the Amazon that's cut off from most people. And what we call, the gray aliens from the sky, they call the ant people from under earth. They come out of the ground. And they've known it. It's like oral tradition of theirs for like thousands of years that these beings come from out of the ground, not from, from the sky so much. Yeah, it was interesting. So they have let's see.
And all of a sudden you hear a knock and it comes to a complete stop. Let's run that back one more time.
Yeah, definitely a flat earther. Picking on NASA.
Almost a decade later, the Russians had organized their own drilling team
Oh,
and began
he
their
had
quest to
it.
reach the center of the
No
Earth.
way.
On May 24th, 1970, they set their sights on the Kola Peninsula. The Russians called their endeavor the Kola Super Deep Borehole. The end goal of the drilling project was to reach a depth of 49,000 feet into the Earth's crust. The race to the center of the Earth was an exciting and intriguing time for the world. In the end, the goal was never reached, but at least the scientists.
I'm gonna have to go through and watch this one. And they had the picture that I was looking for so long. The one where the China space station thing, they had a glass of water sitting there with nice level water, like it was being pulled down with other things around it floating. And then they like scrubbed that image. I couldn't find that image anymore. Okay, I saw it in there. I'll go back and find it. But yeah, Ancient Echoes. Give them a thumbs up. Look like they're first, talking about biblical cosmology and what's the truth. I see a lot of flat earth stuff in here. People, yeah. But hour and a half long. Lots of pictures. I love when they pick on NASA a little bit. They deserve it. I'm sorry. Found this one today. The Earth is flat and you know it. By Guru's My Dog. Go outside, driving the old way, Trump's tariffs, feel trapped, not another apocalypse movie. The poop made me weary. So definitely not a flat earth channel, right? Looks like he records walks with his dog and then whatever he's talking about. but I'm not seeing he's talking about truth, a lot of things with truth in it. But he's never, it doesn't look like he's made a video with flat earth in the title. Like I said, it's not easy. It isn't. Oh, come on. No, I'm not seeing anything about flat earth. 2 months ago, it puts out a lot of videos. A lot of videos. Some 5 minutes, some 45 seconds, some 10 minutes, some 20, 25. Why would they lie about just one thing? They lied about Adolf Hitler. Electric car runs off radio waves. Oh, he was looking at that one. I'm not sure if I believe that one either. The electric car is running on radio waves. I just want to see how it works. No, so, I mean, a lot of videos. We're not going to go through them all. But first one I found where it says, you know, Earth is flat and you know it. Well, let's we'll back it up to here.
Then they're like, nope, that's not the way it happened. This is the way it happened. We'll kill you for it. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, well, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm wearing my snow pants and my sweatshirt.
God, that looks beautiful.
And we're over here thinking, oh, it's just, they just want to believe that way. Come on, that looks like a trail. You're right. You owe me, it's $250. And
so yeah, puts out his first flat Earth, at least in the title, right? The Earth is flat and you know it. I'll give him a thumbs up. And downtown Anchorage. So he's up in Alaska. Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Not feeling the greatest. We're just going to cruise through these last ones here. Hater world clips. The earth is flat and we are God. When we pass, we reincarnate into a new body in a different realm. Like I said, this is reaching all the circles of all the, you know, all the fringe things you see on here and stuff like that.
The firmament, you believe that the world is flat.
1,000%.
That's the firmament.
Yeah,
Yeah,
firmament,
and that's what's
yeah.
in the Bible.
1,000%. It is in the Bible.
So the firmament is the water up top, water below, and it's flat, and we're in a dome. And the sun is closer to us than what we think it actually is.
So they're having the conversations. Hater world clips, 14K, almost 15. They do 3 months ago. So they haven't been doing their podcast lately. But it definitely doesn't look like it's flat Earth related. Let's see, videos, haunted place, live phone calls. I love little peeps. So yeah, definitely not a flat Earth channel at all. Dumb and Dumber, fake gangster. Wow. So yeah, first video I found, put out 18 hours ago talking about the Earth is flat. And I don't know if these gentlemen so much believe it or just their guest that they had on. It looks like their guest. Yeah,
I don't think, I believe
so
in
you
the
believe
firmament.
the firmament, you believe that the world is flat.
1,000%.
That's the firmament.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
firmament,
that's what's
yeah.
1,000%. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't share that one with you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling great. This one was weird. He claims that he is not speaking English, right? Brazil to the USA. He claims that he has an AI thing that turned on to where it translates his voice to English and makes it look like he's speaking English even. Cammy's not buying it. I don't know. There's definitely a thing, oh, I forget where it was, where he puts his hand over his mouth. But we've been lied to. The shocking truth about flat Earth. Was that it right there?
This is near, man. And the false prophet is going to come, right?
Yeah, did you see that? When he put his hand in front of his face right there, how it kind of disappeared. But can they make it?
Coming back. Jesus is near, man. And the false prophet is going to come, right? Soon.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on right around there. I don't know. I don't know. But he claims early on in the video, we'll give him a thumbs up. 6 subscribers. Not sure how many. I wasn't feeling all that great. I just found this one this morning. You're tired too. Doesn't look like. No, started the channel about a month ago. About the realities of Brazil. And then put out his flat Earth testimony.
Hey, my friends, welcome to another video here. My name is Fabiano. I'm speaking here from Brazil to you guys in the United States. My friends, today I want to talk to you about flat Earth, man. What do I think about it? I want to hear your opinions too, okay? And before anything else, my friends, I want to share the following information with you, which some of you might not know, okay? I don't speak English, okay, my friends? I'm using an artificial intelligence system so I can communicate with you. You're hearing me in your own language because I'm using a program that translates my voice into another language, all right? I'm going to start studying English so I can talk to you directly, man, because using AI all the time is a pain. Sometimes you might notice a...
Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea if that's possible. But put out his first flat Earth video. Like I said, most of these that I try to find are all people making their first flat Earth video. It's crazy the amount that I find. The dusty truth. So let's see. They started about a year ago. Making reading backwards common. Yeah, that stuff gets crazy. I don't even like playing with that kind of stuff. You know. So about 4 months ago, what is it with the flat Earth movement, and why is it even a thing? And then it looks like he took a 2-month hiatus and was like, okay. I took a 2-month hiatus here too, 3-month hiatus. The true model of Earth, Star of David, and what does it mean? So yeah, he's on his journey. Dear Globe, it was nice while it lasted, wasn't it? But yeah, I found this one this morning.
I'm just going to take a second to absolutely destroy the heliocentric model and the theory that Earth that we stand upon is an oblate spheroid, which has gravity pulling all matter to the center of its mass. So the thing is, how can the center of a large mass create gravity to pull you towards the center, yet at the same time, we live on an oblate spheroid, which is wider at the equator The only way the theory of gravity could even be a possibility is if the Earth is a perfect sphere, since all gravity would be pulling towards the center of mass. If it was an oblate spheroid, then you would be pulled at an angle if you are near the equator. That in itself destroys the theory that Earth is an oblate spheroid, because you wouldn't be perpendicular to the center at all points if you were on an oblate spheroid, which is chubbier at the equator. So literally, the only way for the theory of gravity to work is if you are always perpendicular to the center of mass. And if you're standing near the equator...
I never thought of that. Oh yeah,
You wouldn't
shape
be...
isn't a perfect sphere, and if you are pulled to only the center of that part, then if it's not perpendicular to the center, like he's saying, right, to where it's like, you know, you're going to be off at a tilt to where the actual pull would be. Interesting. I never thought of that. So he's thinking. But yeah, he officially, you know, Dear Globe, it was nice while it lasted, wasn't it? So awesome. Another, you know, waking up. All right. This one, it's Flat Earth season. I'm just rambling. Kamwan Kamal. Let's see. RIP, what happened to Angie? The end of the year and the masses still think we are spinning. So he's been talking about flat Earth at least, right? 5 months ago. NASA is not my cosmology 8 months ago. Hey, globe heads is still flat and the world is a circus 11 months ago. So he's been putting them out a while. Not every video is about flat Earth. This is the first time I've come across them since I've been doing this over like the last month or so. So here we go. Juan Kamal, and I'm going to drop that link to his channel in there. If that might be something you're interested in. Seems like he's covering all kinds of topics and stuff. The flat level horizon behind the boat. I love it.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah, the Knicks lost. I'm not going to even trip about that. It's game one. They shouldn't have lost. I can't even put my energy towards the Knicks right now. This is a prequel to the Flat Earth video I'm about to drop. I went on a fishing trip this weekend. I went to just keep it pushing.
So yeah, him chatting. I'm sorry. Kamwan. I'm just not feeling great right now. But I did listen to your whole video. And I can't believe why isn't my thumb showing up? That ain't cool. It's usually like in real time. Maybe go back into his channel and then go back to it, maybe? There it is, okay. Now I'm gonna go listen to this one again though, because I not feeling the greatest, folks. I apologize. Electromagnetic flat Earth, hidden secrets they don't want you to know. 20 minutes. I see a lot of Masonic stuff they're getting into. The old world maps. The old cosmologies. we were talking about earlier, the torus. Yeah, I haven't watched all of this yet. I just found it a little bit before the show. But I'm going to go in and Truth and Secrets Revealed. I think, did I even go in and Truth about fake moon landings, NASA lies, the true cosmology of Earth revealed 2 days ago. See, I didn't see that one. Twin Towers, predictive programming. Started 3 days ago and hit the ground running hot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this channel out. There's so many of these channels. I mean, it's popular now, right? To make these types of channels. Yeah, I get it. Not a lot of subscribers yet and whatnot, but that's how you get started, right? But yeah, there's a lot of these channels just popping up all over the place. Videos 1 day ago, 6 days ago, 6 months ago. So they started about 6 months ago. Flat Earth versus sphere Earth argument, the implications of both sides, potential future for everyone, the center of Earth hypothesis, conflicting arguments. Wow. The devil will rise. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba. I was gonna say, I don't know if the devil needs to rise anymore. I think the devil's, you know, already here. So the story goes, right? Like Satan's main goal is to turn us against God, if I have it correctly. So definitely been I mean, there's second or third video was Flat Earth. Don't know which one they were pro. But they're definitely the Expanse, the plane 1 day ago.
Hey, I'm having a hard time getting this one out with videos. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to this one too. Talking about these different pictures that he's finding. Okay, folks. That's gonna wrap it up for this weekend's update. I apologize for the low vibrations and all that kind of stuff. I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather, but I don't want to, you know, get too far behind because there's just so many of them coming out. Oh, let me drop this one. Link to this down in the chat if you're interested in that. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the weekend update, folks. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I need to get out in the sun a little bit, I think. Get out there and gather some vitamins from it, get grounded a little bit. Oh, but thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, it's just exponentially growing right now. It's wild. The amount of people just making their very first flat earth videos is insane. I mean, they have to be kind of freaking out at the numbers right now. Oh, thank you, Randy. Brian, Liz, Randy, Cammy, Chillster, Phil Henry, One Big Pond. Thank you all so much. NA Literalist. Yeah, you kept me going. I appreciate it. I wanted to get those out there just because there's so many, and I need to go back into those last few and give a thumbs up and things, but I want to make sure I watch them first, give them their watch time and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it just makes me kind of giddy inside seeing all these people from every walk of life in every, the arts, sports, all the different people in entertainment. You're seeing people come out. It's wild. I I don't I don't know if I want it to speed up any more than this. It's really yeah, remember we don't want a whole bunch of people all waking up at the same time. I think that'd be bad. We're seeing more and more, and I think the flow is it's steady right now. And it can be like this and just steady, but we don't want, the last 25% all getting pissed off all at the same time. That's a lot of people being real mad and having that urge to let's go, do something stupid, like destroying some buildings or something like that. I don't want that at all. We want to use those buildings. There's lots of cool toys that they have in those buildings that cost lots of money. And, let's use them instead of destroy them and just, smash and roar. No, we don't need to do that. So no, it's amazing how fast it's growing right now. And if you'd like to help, go into some of those videos I showed you and just give them a thumbs up, or maybe not a thumbs up, just give them a comment and say thanks. Thanks for having the chat. Something like that. Because it really will get them that, oomph to go ahead and make another one. And yeah, the more people that are openly having the conversation, the more people that are going to start to see through all the shadows and lies of our culture. It won't just be about the shape of the earth. It'll be about everything. And then we can get back to being healthy and, having clean things around us and thinking about those types of things. So thank you all again for hanging out. Love y'all. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. No show tomorrow. Still on a break. Yeah, and I'll see you next Thursday. Come and hang out for the GLOBEBUSTERS Tech Show. We always have a lot of fun over there. But thank you. Remember, be good to each other. Don't lie to each other. Open your mind because there's truth inside. Peace out, everyone.